I think that was good. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, so who's first? Who does it look like throwing it?
We entered into what I call
Joanne
a
again?
recession plateau on the same, which is kind of what we're doing.
Cool. There we
We're
go.
building the same number of houses to accommodate household formation and immigration and interprovincial immigration every year, which is really important because we don't want to overbuild. The Americans in 2007
So,
had
is
19
Team
months
RIZZO
worth
out
of
of
inventory
Brantford
built
Wealth
in our
Country?
Yes.
It took almost a decade to start building houses again. And that represents a chunk of somewhere between 8 to 10% of the GDP of the area.
Okay, and Team Brown's sheets are where? Thank you. Okay, this is dry button.
We run the shoe now and we don't
This is a huge part of our economy. Right now, it's working well. The other thing I talked about, as I mentioned on the last slide, is the move to the multiple. Take a look at the blue in 2000, that has impacted almost 2/3 of the properties were being built in the province for the past.
And other games.
That's completely flipped.
Okay, so the other sheets, the other games.
I'll mention a few just for
We'll.
I'll mention you to Canada.
Okay, we have
Sheet C is Erdos.
3 versus 6. So we have Diane Wiley versus Curtis on C.
Isn't that Erdos?
No, she's on D.
Oh, okay. Sorry, so that's Wiley is yellow.
Versus Curtis.
Okay.
Then there's Erdos versus Harrison.
Erdos. Oops, Erdos. Versus Harrison.
Goring versus Madoni. So that's a battle of the undefeateds.
Versus Antonia. So, okay. Oh, yeah. So this, they're 2-0. 0-2. And then. So, in our sheet, they're both 2-0, right? Both.
And everybody else is 0-2.
Right, 2-0. So, Wiley's 0-2?
Yep.
0-2. Curtis is 0-2. Erdos is 0-2?
Yep.
And Harrison's 0-2.
Yep.
Oh, good God.
Yeah.
All right. Now.
Oh. She's the side of the button.
Okay.
But they say, I heard something very recently, they say that my generation lives in the home, the millennials
I'm
live
gonna
outside.
run to the wash. Do you know there's a washroom right at the end of this room?
Is it?
Yeah, like right there. So I have to go really bad.
Suburbs, maybe in 10 years we'll have that. One last drive. The fastest growth in home ownership between the last 2 surveys, double the growth of any other group. Single female households.
from Wellington Road.
They live, high security, low maintenance. These are all things that are coming and moving along.
See you later, big guy.
Not gonna bring less. Land's not gonna get any cheaper, unfortunately. I want to cry when I say that, but congestion's not gonna get much better.
Yeah, what sheet do you want?
This is what's pushing the moves to multiple. Even not in this block.
Thanks, Larry.
The ideal used to be condo, townhouse, detached. Maybe it's now condo, bigger condo.
Oh, you're right beside us. Perfect.
Condo, detached, or townhouse and then back to a condo. It's all up in the air at this point, but it's going to be both. When we look at house price
getting the
growth
camera
over the
shot.
last 19 years, we can see the recession going there. I mentioned 3% was the average, so you can see how well things were going. 2008, for any of you who were in the industry, we were hearing stories of 5 to 10% price decreases. And what that was being caused by is 50% of the people were sitting on the sidelines.
gonna make it.
No, he hasn't called.
This is the forecast.
Oh, sorry.
For 4%. This is all of Ontario, all regions, all properties.
And then second it was doing introduce
We're still on these,
players.
right?
Forecasting somewhere in the range of below 3%.
Fourth and
Get into the Hamilton
accomplishments,
market, big drop, most likely due to the stress test.
hobbies, etc.
Number of new listings is fairly stable.
Got anything good to
So
work
I'd
with?
rather have more
I
now.
don't know if that's a good thing.
Wow, I like that. The more info, the better.
Average price
Such a
increased
nice guy.
5%.
Reminds me of his wife, Kathy Pitchinen. Oh, really? Really nice girl.
An average days on market.
He's actually
My
new
back
in this
line?
team. Doug Johnson used to be on this team. Sorry, that was Brian. That's Brian Cochran. I digress. I was just reading their input.
We look at Hamilton housing starts, you can see almost the same progression in the detached as it's moved along. But as the affordability rises here,
And you know who Graham Sinclair is, eh?
but the good news is
Jamie
you're in a
Sinclair's
really
dad.
stable environment that
Yeah.
homes actually
Air Canada pilot.
MLS listing
Yes,
sales,
that's
you can
right.
see
Oh, isn't that
again,
cool?
peak is 2007. Takes only until 2011 for the Hamilton market to come back to that record. And you can see it building up to what we believe was the peak in this range.
Oh, nice. I didn't know
You
that
can
about
see
Mike.
where we are now and what the forecast
Ulster
is
second
in that record
at Nationals.
Oh, see, that's great. That's great stuff to know.
That's good news. My line is the sales to listings ratio.
Hey, Simon.
All the MLS
Can you give me the
use it as our
rock info?
It's
Is
showing
F
that I have a
the
text
rocks
message,
that
but I
are
don't see
the
any
info you
text
gave me,
message that I haven't read.
or the rocks A are
What
on
does
it?
that mean?
Yeah, the old A are on.
So it's the current information.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like I remind myself, our old F rocks, you wouldn't want to throw them.
Okay. So just keep whatever you told me is what it
But
is.
yeah, what I gave you is
Okay. Very helpful. Thank you.
But you can see how well we were doing. On this side, you can see 14% in 2016, 17-ish. Dropping down into this year, we're probably looking at about
Okay,
6.
so we have a new feature. We're gonna have the clock. The game clock is gonna be on the bottom
So
left
we
corner.
can see their times?
Yes.
Ooh, excellent.
Yeah.
Will it be red and yellow? Like, will we
Yeah.
see the...
You'll see 2 clocks. Yeah.
Okay.
So those again?
He was gonna use up the whole screen. We can't do that. Block out the curling. They have no idea.
Household incomes, that's the top line there, haven't changed in 10 years. For our customers. This is our customers for the last 12 months. Employment, over 5 years, we'll go to Stony Creek, the center of the university. GDS, 28%, very affordable. Average mortgage amount, $405,000. Now that's a lot for you guys. Remember, 65% of our mortgages are 5% down. That's why we have an average 5 mortgage. Average credit scores across the board
Good afternoon, curling fans from Hamilton and around the world. Welcome to TSL's coverage of the Ontario Senior Men's and Women's Championships, coming to you live from the Glendale Golf and Country Club in Hamilton. My name is Barb Williamson, and I'm joined by Laurie Eddy, former Ontario Scotties champ and national Scotties silver medalist. Welcome, Laurie.
Hi, Barb. So great to be joining you for the third game of the ladies round robin. Since it's day 2 of this competition, I'm expecting both of these teams to be settled in and ready to go. I would say these two teams would be considered pre-event favorites. So our feature game should be a good one. It's Team RIZZO from the Brantford Golf and Country Club versus Team Brown from the Guelph Curling Club. Both of these teams are at 2-0.
Should be a good one, and it started with the draw to the button for last rock advantage in the first end, and Team RIZZO, they had a beautiful draw just touching the side of the button, and it was followed up by the Team Brown second, who it slipped through the rings on her. And what we're noticing about these draw to the buttons, Laurie, is that I mean, there's a lot on the line, and every player is expected to throw that draw to the button at least once throughout the tournament. And it shows you that, there's a lot of pressure on, the lead and the second, who aren't necessarily used to making those clutch draws to the button.
Yeah, I love that format that each player does have to have a turn. I mean, after a while, it becomes pretty automatic for the skips to make that draw to the button shot. I mean, we've been doing this for a while. And I just think changing it up is good. So it really does put the pressure on each member to contribute. Those draw to the button scores do accumulate over the week. So obviously Team Brown will throw that one away. They are allowed to throw one draw to the button score away. So since she didn't touch the rings, that'll be their one. So pressure on for the rest of them to make some really good ones.
Right. And I noticed Team RIZZO's attack is a bit different. It looks like Joanne does every other one. So being the skip, she threw the first one, and then they had another team member threw the second one, and then it looks like they're alternating. So this is game 3, Joanne back to Joanne throwing.
Yeah, every team will definitely have a different strategy. They might look at who they're playing against and decide if that's hammer's very important, obviously, in an 8-end game. So I think, yeah, there's a lot to it. So I'm sure beforehand they'll look at who they're playing and when and decide who's going to do that draw to the button.
And early in the event, as you already mentioned, both of these teams are 2-0. So this is a fairly important game. Winner stays undefeated.
Yes.
And so, you're exactly right. They probably took a look at that and said, okay, we really need to win this draw to the button.
And that's why I suspect that Joanne did do the draw to the button for this particular game. So, like I say, everybody has different strategy. Now, we've got some other games going on that we'll keep an eye on. So, on Sheet C, we have Team Wiley versus Team Curtis. Now, both of these teams are at 0-2, so somebody's going to get their first win. So, a pretty important game. You certainly don't want to drop to 3 losses so soon in the competition. And same situation on Sheet D, where we have Team Erdos playing Team Harrison, also both at 0-2. And on Sheet F, we have another 2 teams that are undefeated with Team Goring versus Team Madonia. So we'll also follow that one pretty carefully.
We've only got half. Stay close. Yep.
It's not too often you see the beginning of an event like this that the group is split into 2 distinct, separate results line right now. So you got your 4 teams that are winless and your 4 teams that are that are undefeated.
It does show that the field might be a little what's the word?
Lopsided.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. Definitely already when you see separation that soon, it is a bit surprising, actually.
Now, it's not to say that one of these 0-4 teams can't go on a streak of winning 5 games. But I think that we can see there's as you mentioned, the group is separated already, and it's probably what we were expecting when it started.
Yeah, with only 7 games in the round robin, it's a pretty short round robin, so every win is vital.
Realistically, I think just judging from past events in this at the senior level, you really 2 losses is about all you can afford.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't want to slip to 3. I think 3 is tiebreaker territory.
Right.
Right now. Coming into half.
So
They played in its first end really, really clean.
yeah, so Team Brown was doing a good job keeping the force alive, but that was a great double takeout by Carrie Lackey. Got her team out of some trouble. So it looks like it's going to pretty much be a straightforward end here. So Barb, you mentioned that you think 3 losses might be too many already.
Well, I'm thinking 3 is tiebreaker territory, or you're not going to make that.
So in the past, did you find the teams like it was undefeated and 6-1, 5-2? Those would
Pretty much
be the playoff
Yeah.
type of records. Okay.
Yeah.
Same. Same way.
Well, and especially where they go with head-to-head first. So suppose these teams, you know, are at 6-1 at the end, but one team had beaten the other, they would get the bye through. So each game against another pre-event favorite is even more important.
They are, and some of these teams, as we mentioned before, the qualification process, there's a series of 3 qualifiers, and 6 teams advance out of that, and then there's the challenge round. And Team Madonia would be a team that came through the challenge round. So they had an excellent showing against Team RIZZO. They lost to or they might have beat them in round robin play. And it doesn't really matter. They had a real close match up against Team RIZZO in their qualifier.
Okay.
And didn't manage to advance through that. So they entered the challenge round, and here they are. Team Harrison is the other team that advanced through the challenge round on the ladies' side.
Still there from last game.
And the challenge round is a new system. When did that first come out?
So this was the 2nd year for it. And it, you know, in the past there were 4 qualifiers, and 2 came out of each qualifier, and that was it. That was all.
Right,
And
so just one chance.
One chance.
So are you in favor then of this new system?
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
what they've done is they've tightened up or made those qualifier areas just a bit larger and reduced them to 3. So there's usually 1 in the east and 1 central and then 1 just a little further west. And then the for the past 2 years the challenge round has been in the Toronto area. So makes it a little more difficult for the teams in the east. It's you want to make sure you have a good chance before you make that investment.
Right.
Do you think it'll be that quick there? Yeah, I don't want it short. She'll just go around it, so.
So looking at a clean house here right now.
It's just at the end, because I think it does go this way, so be careful.
Do you think she's trying to tuck it a little piece around that yellow one?
I was just wondering if she's drawing away from the situation.
Yes, she
she's
is.
ideally looking for a blank here.
Yep.
So some good communication about the speed and the path.
You know, just reminding the sweepers that she doesn't want to leave it short because she knows that
Yeah,
Kathy
right
Brown
back,
will
right
draw
back.
around it. And that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's always nice to start with a draw.
Thought I
Get
gave
that
that a
feel.
good push, eh? Do you think so?
It dug in a bit more than it would have.
Normal.
And Joanne just checking with her sweepers. And we mentioned this before too because there's so much focus on the draw to the button and those shots are typically from the outside into the middle that when you do throw something from the center to the wings in the first end, it really is a brand new path.
So Kathy will just look to hit this on the nose, make Joanne work for the blank.
Whoa, whoa, guys. Yep.
It's a nice takeout. Kathy Brown has the luxury of having played on this sheet.
Yeah, so this is the second time we've covered her. She'll be throwing the opposite color rocks.
Yep, but she knows the intricacies of that swingy finish.
Okay, so Joanne Rizzo with the attempt to peel out here. Retain hammer going into the second end.
Yeah, she's got a good piece of it, and she should roll out.
Yep, great throw there. Nice blank. So she'll retain hammer going into the second end. So she'll try it really hard for her 2 points.
So we'll be able to keep a close eye on our time clocks. That each team has 30 minutes of thinking time to play this game, and every end has a 30-second break in between. So we'll have the luxury of having the time clocks to keep an eye on how the time winds down for each of these teams.
Those boys at Title Sports Live are just doing great things for us, making our job easy. So throwing the lead rocks for Kathy Brown, we have Nancy Woods.
That's okay.
Nancy lives in, well, how would one pronounce this?
Apparently she's choosing to
East
to mix it up.
Garafraxa?
Okay, I've never heard of that. Where is that?
Yeah.
Okay, we need someone to tweet us where East Garafraxa is.
Okay. Yeah,
I
correct.
have never heard of it. Somebody send us a tweet.
And for the Team Rizzo, the lead is Julie McMullen, and she's from London, Ontario.
So Nancy has chosen to mix it up, apparently. Not throwing the guard. Keep it up.
So it sounds like, according to Kathy, that center guard that was placed there was not the intended resting spot for that first rock of the end.
Yep.
So she's not going to take any chances, though. She's going to take out this yellow rock.
Real hard. Real hard. Well, yep.
That's one of the straighter spots on the sheet.
Yeah, she might even get a really nice roll here. Great shot.
Behind her own guard.
Perfect.
So she can't remove that guard yet, so she's going to just draw around it.
Well, like our game yesterday with the men, we didn't ever tell them, did
No,
we?
we didn't tell them.
Yes.
So we had a situation where the men's game that we covered, they actually removed the guard before they were supposed to, and neither
Hard
team caught
line.
on.
Gotta go for line. Gotta go for line. Okay, roll it in, Kristen. Try and roll it in.
So a little tight on the line there. Spills the guard on, but does roll
Okay,
on as
that's
well,
good.
so that's
Nice
okay.
weight.
Not all bad.
Go for going.
Kathy choosing to ignore that one. That has a bite and going to draw one right around the center. Throwing second stones is Twyla Gilbert, and her hometown is Elmira.
Line's
That's where the
good.
challenge round was.
Oh,
And actually, that's where the Scotties and Tankard are next year.
That's right. I did hear that.
That would have been close weight if it had gone.
So just a little bit warm with that one. She does lay 3, but still a pretty nice scenario here for Team Rizzo.
So throwing second for Team Rizzo is Kristen Turcott, and her hometown is Ajax.
Throw this. Clean. Yes. Yeah, hard. Whoa, 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 whoa. Great shot. Whoa. Good shot.
She's going to continue to ignore that that little biter. We'll see if it comes back to haunt her at the end of the end.
Yeah, she could easily just hit and roll on as well. Joanne has a very strong hitting team. So they'll be trying to go after some doubles here, I'm assuming, if this one makes the rings.
Get it over, guys. Over if you can. Get it over.
So you should try to compensate for being back 8 on her first, and she comes up a little light on this one. Shaking her head now, not happy with that.
Yeah, I didn't think a 45 was getting here.
Yeah, we did see earlier in the game when the guards are too high, this rock in the back of the rings is very accessible.
Whoa.
It's really like the guard isn't even there.
Yeah.
Whoa.
There's so much finish after the guard.
Whoa. We've only got a quarter. Whoa. No, 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 no. No, no. Okay, good shot. That's good. Nice try.
She would have loved to save the shooter on that.
Maybe just a little tiny outward motion on release, and it really didn't have a chance to catch the curl that we normally see. So Kathy's going to go around this guard.
So throwing third is Janet Langevin. Janet's hometown is Brampton.
You got room. Whoa, 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 whoa. You got room.
She ideally would like this top 12 to top 8 to make it a little more challenging to remove.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. It's way well. Board. Can you see it?
So again, sliding a little deep into the
Would
rings.
you hack?
The third for Team Rizzo is Carrie Lackey, and she lives in Waterloo. So this team is quite spread out.
Mm-hmm. Do you find that in the senior ladies, do teams form if they're not nearby?
I find for the most part that they are nearby.
Okay.
And I think that it works well if you can at least play together maybe even once a week, or at least have a schedule that gets you playing together as a team on a regular basis as opposed to just practicing.
Right.
Very nice.
So that's a nice shot there. She was able to save the shooter. So Kathy has to be a bit careful because that other yellow that we have been noticing the whole end is still there. So Joanne Rizzo's team is really just one double away from making that top one count.
I guess maybe for the Toronto-based teams, it's somewhat difficult, though, to say, oh, well, we can't even belong to the same club. Everybody's just too spread out. That's a good shot.
Oh, sorry. There's no roll.
So not really a double opportunity yet. So Joanne's opting for the hit and roll right in front of that other red. So I really like this call.
Yeah, they're still going to be behind the tee line, but at least she'll have a chance to have some backing,
Clean it.
which may result in a jam. You never know.
Clean.
Yeah, that's what I think she's hoping for. She's going to be able to bring that other yellow into play. Would love the roll
That's
here.
Good. Nice shot. Good shot. Takes it.
So do you want to here or?
Yeah, so Kathy realizing that she has to stay away from double territory here.
Yeah, I'd like here.
I think just right on the nose is ideal. If you roll to
Yeah, my second one last then was good.
the right side as we're seeing it, then you really would bring in a double or hit and roll. If she sits on the nose, it's pretty good because if she does roll in
nose,
front of the
eventually,
red, there's
if we
tons
roll
of
in, it's gonna
space
give
to be
them
able
too
to
close
remove
that
it.
Double, and that there's a yellow biter, so just know.
She has to be a bit careful.
And they keep making reference to that yellow biter that they've had ample opportunity to remove. So
Yeah, they chose to ignore it, so we'll see.
it seems like such a harmless rock, but
So this is Kathy Brown, skip of the Brown team, and her hometown is Guelph. That's exactly what she wanted.
that's a good shot.
Good.
I don't want to roll here, though. I want to roll there.
Well, do you want 10 for the bigger roll and just call it tighter?
Well, how about we split the difference and I throw 10 and a half?
All right.
Compromise. In this spot, I think what we've seen is that once it does start to curl, the curl is
So
quite
I still want to roll in
huge,
front of the other
so
one.
the roll is difficult
So
here.
we split the
perfect
difference.
roll.
I'll throw 10 and a half. It's more important that we stay for shot, though.
And that's a really good point. Don't go so hard on the roll that we're not shot anymore.
No, we're not on the nose yet. No, not at all.
Indicating she's a little warm, throwing a bit more weight than what she intended. I think she's going to be close. Yeah.
It came up just enough for her at the end. That's Joanne RIZZO, the skip of this team, and she lives in Brantford.
Yeah, it's hard
Yes,
for it to make a
Brantford's
move.
having some struggles the last
That's
couple
why I
days
wanted
with
to
some
throw
severe
board.
flooding.
Oh.
Now, Joanne's house is right on the Grand River, but she is up a bit higher, so her place was okay, but down very near her house, they were evacuating.
Is that right?
Fortunately, if she gets the roll, she'll be right on the tee.
Oh, and water is such a nasty thing.
Yeah, the pictures were unbelievable, actually.
Popped it out.
So Kathy was just a little set on release here. Right out of her hand, I could see that. So she is going to be in a bit of trouble with this throw. That is a huge break for Team RIZZO.
Is it out?
Yep.
So she'll have a free draw for two, and that innocent little biter that's been there the whole time will count if Joanne can make this draw for two.
Okay,
Kathy
draw
will
to
be
the
very
button.
disappointed with that throw.
Yes, you will.
So I have
Just
to
a
throw
bit of a
less than
set.
that draw, though, right?
It almost looked like she upped the weight too. Like they had thrown so many rocks in that path. It was going to be lightning fast. It probably could have stuck, with just a nice control.
I don't think you can hurt it.
So chance for 2 here. They were just reinforcing this is the draw to the button path that they used in their practice. Looks pretty good.
They're working hard, but I think they're fine. Nice sweeping on that. So after 2 ends, the score is 2-0 for Team Rizzo over Team Brown.
Good.
Team
Nice
Brown
sweep, you
will
guys.
take the hammer into the 3rd end.
Oh, good. You weren't panicked on that, were you? You're not panicked on that one? It was okay? Okay. Okay,
Our other
top
games
4.
are just finishing up their 2nd end, so we'll update you when they post the scores.
So you'll see Joanne call this right into the rings with a 2-point lead.
Keep it clean. Clean it. Clean. It's a little fresh over here. Yeah, can't hurt it. 15. Fight the 4. Good eyes, girls. Done.
Good, nice draw. And as expected, Kathy Brown will throw up the corner guard. She's going to try and generate a deuce here to get right back, get this 2 right back.
Did you say 15-7 on the draw?
Look
Oh.
at the ice she's giving here for the corner
That
guard.
was 15, so not quite as quick going this way.
Yeah. As we mentioned, she's already played on this sheet. Wild.
That's okay.
So Joanne ideally would like this really, really tight. It's okay if it slips in.
Lots of room right now. We have to switch. It's got to curl. Got to curl hard. Right up. Really got to curl. Really has to curl. Hard, hard, hard. Keep going, keep going. Never stop, never stop, never stop. Well
Great
done.
sweeping.
Good.
She gave her a ton of ice for that draw. The broom was all the way out of the edge of
Yeah.
the 8-foot.
She didn't quite get to where they wanted, but they really worked on that one. A lot of pink faces
Yeah.
after that
Hot.
sweep.
Hot, wait.
Here's a chance here for Kathy. It didn't cover it enough, so she'll have a chance to tap that through.
Yep, yep, yep. Hard. Yep. Yes.
They're going to have to go hard on this one, too. It's already on the guard.
Way overfilling.
She can't remove it.
Once again, that's only the 4th rock of the end.
You want a 9?
Well, Lori and I are looking at each other here with stunned looks on our face because that's the 2nd time in this event that we've seen a guard removed that should have
Whoa, right
been
off,
untouchable.
Off.
I know, I'm starting to question if there's been so much 4 rock rule, 5 rock rule. Now I'm just confused.
Good. Straighter than I thought. Tell her my fault.
It's gonna overcurl more than Nance's.
So Team Brown are going to replace this corner guard.
Okay. Yeah. I'm surprised she didn't put the guard back up.
Like,
Okay.
a simple way of looking at it is leads can't peel guards.
Right. So Kathy just said to I believe it's to Nancy. She said, "I'm surprised she didn't put it back."
Yeah.
So I think Kathy went, well, if she's not putting it back,
gonna
I'm
tell her.
not going to tell her.
Yeah.
Roll for center.
That's really Joanne's responsibility to know that rock wasn't supposed to be removed. So
Two different throws? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. See if they say anything. No.
I just don't think they even thought about it. It just is funny that none of the four said anything.
Certainly on the
their
RIZZO
team,
Yeah.
yes. So bizarre that's the second time that's happened in one of our feature games.
Yeah.
We'll have to sit everybody down and have a little talk about the
rules.
Yep.
We'll call it a senior moment.
There you go. Now we've had 2 senior moments. I wonder if Bob noticed. They have a coach.
Yeah.
Team RIZZO have a coach, isn't it? Bob Turcott sitting downstairs. We'll have to ask him.
Mm-hmm. Well, he played back when there was no free guard zone and a 3 rock rule. He might be just as confused.
So Team RIZZO will just be content here to keep placing the
Line's
guard.
really
They have a
good.
nice rock sitting in the full 4 foot. So at some point, Kathy Brown, it's going to be up to Kathy Brown to decide.
Stay close, Julie. Yes. Yep, Julie. Yep. Go, Julie. That's good. Whoa, stop.
Yeah.
Nice.
Great job at guarding here. Kathy's going to try the run through with Janet's throw.
Looks like she's just peeling off the guard.
Yeah, straight peel, I think.
Okay. Just sensitive down there.
Too bad it didn't come up a little more for her. She may have been able to roll her shooter into the rings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you threw well. No, it's really sensitive, but where it's gonna go. No, you threw well.
More? Same? More? Okay, no. There's not really any line.
So this one
The
doesn't
higher the
have
better.
as
Okay.
good a line as her first, so just maybe a bit heavy. This does give Kathy a really good chance to throw the double, potentially blank this end. That was a bit of a mistake by Carrie.
Yeah.
That's okay. Totally different line though too. I tried to give you the hair less.
Yep. Yep. Whoa. Yep.
A big finish here.
Mm-hmm. This looks really good.
Well done.
Okay.
You know
Just over here.
Great shot by
See, really
Janet.
working straight here where Janet threw. So just a 10.
Nice throw.
Okay, so they're just hanging the score on sheet C.
Get a 10, make it go away. Could roll your way a bit if we can.
So
Stay
it
away
was a
from that other
steal
corner.
for Team Curtis. They're leading
Janet's ran really
2-0
straight here,
over
so-
Team Wiley. And
10.
Yeah, that's
then on Sheet D, we have Team Harrison up 2-1 over Team Erdos. And tie game over on sheet F between Goring and Madonia, one apiece.
Yeah, can't hurt it. Yep.
So nice nose hit there by Joanne Rizzo.
I'm just going to throw that control. I just pushed that last one out of the
Yay.
added weight.
Checker, checker.
So looking for the blank here to go to the next end with last rock.
Yeah, I could take a pinch more ice for that.
This is Kathy's first.
Yeah. So hopefully she'll be able to nose hit this one and then blank with her last and take the hammer into the fourth end, set up her deuce.
Problem if she noses though. I don't know if we can roll over there if she noses. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Go the other way. Whoa. Whoa.
Trying to maybe roll behind that corner, see if it could come into play. Oh, nice.
Wow, good roll.
Yeah, I don't know if she was intending that, but it was a pretty good result.
Because I was going
here.
there.
You two can practice.
There, she
Maybe
agreed.
here. Remember where it went?
So it changes up the spot for Joanne, makes her think a little bit.
Do I want to throw a 10?
You hear them chatting about the path, like have we thrown down here? Did you trying to remember which player may have made this shot in earlier on in the game?
I think a 10's fine. Just don't know how much it's going to curl. I'm trying to go by practice, but I'm going to throw a 10. It'll be a bit more positive than what I just threw.
So she's guessing a little bit here on the line. So we'll see what it does.
Yep. Hard! Hard! Whoa!
Looked like it curled early, and then the sweepers were able to
I think it just didn't finish as hard as they were. They were a little worried.
Soft.
But she made that look pretty easy.
I was kind of focused on the weight, and then I. Thank you. Good enough. Thought we were gonna
So
force
a good
that in.
chance for
The way
Kathy
things were
Brown
going.
to blank.
Yeah.
And you hear the all-important comment by the skip there. Let's hit it first, then we'll go for the blank. Once we know we have a piece. Somebody's singing.
It's the commercial from the Olympics. I've been singing it all week too. Oh, I think she's inadvertently taking one here.
Yeah.
I think she talked herself into that one, saying rock first. So she'll be a bit disappointed with that. That was a great chance to blank.
Yes, it was.
So now the score is 2-1 for Team Rizzo over Team Brown. They're heading into the fourth end, and Team Rizzo will have the hammer. So Nancy Woods is a 2015 Ontario Senior Champion. She also won the Ontario Intermediates with Carol Jackson in 2007, 2009, 2010. And also with Suzanne Boudreau in 2002 and 2003. That's a lot of banners.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that okay on the broom?
Nice center guard there.
So Julie McMullen is the 2016-2017 silver medal winner at the Senior Nationals with Team
It's really
RIZZO.
gonna curl, so stay close.
And the year before that,
think
they
so,
finished
guys.
4th at Senior Nationals.
Right back to your better.
And she says some of the highlights of her proudest moments
Right
is
to the
she
tee.
said coming 3rd in the Ontario
weight,
Scotties
Julie.
with Joanne
Good.
Rizzo in the early
done.
90s
Good, sweet.
and winning the Ontario University Games twice. She also won they won the TCA and a trip to Switzerland at the same year as her future husband did. So they were in
Oh.
Switzerland at the same time.
Close. Yep. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Finish. Yeah. Sorry, nice. Good throw.
Same thing.
So Team Rizzo trying to draw the play away from that center guard, hoping to remove it later.
Line's tight.
Trying to keep Kathy busy over here on the side.
Easy, easy. 15-1.
I mean, for a 15-1 hog line to hog line split.
Why, she might be close to through.
Yeah.
You know how effective I am. Come on.
You're kidding Kathy a little bit about her sweeping skills.
She did pretty well
She
on
got
that.
it done, yeah. So that's an unfortunate miss by Team Rizzo, and it'll give the Brown team a chance to go around this center guard.
Yes, this is Twyla, and she won the 2010 Senior Provincials with Dale Curtis, the 2013 Senior Provincials with Judy Ornak, and
Yeah, bring it back
last
here.
year won
Bring it back
the
here.
Intermediates with Mary Pigeon.
Back, 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 back.
Also was runner-up at the Senior Mixed with Al Hutchinson, who we saw yesterday. So didn't quite get the finish on that one.
No, no. No, not at all.
This
Seems like
one's
she may-
running
yeah,
pretty
she-
straight.
Yeah, she may have set it out a little bit.
Okay.
Got a piece though.
Sweepers also indicated it was a bit more weight
Should've
than,
called that on there. I could have saved that.
than what they had thought.
No. Yeah, no need sweeping on yours. Too bad. Your rocks are good, right? Yeah. Actually doesn't switch and try the other
So second chance here for Twyla to come around this center guard. She was a little, I don't know if it was she was a victim of the ice, the broom that she got on the first one, but it certainly didn't bury.
Real good, guys.
Well, Kathy indicated she was going to give her a little
Gotta
less
go,
ice
gotta
this
go,
time, but
gotta
she's
go.
taken the weight down
Hard,
as
you got it.
well. Really nice sweeping on that for a little nibble.
So Kristen Turcotte's curling achievements in 1990, Canadian ladies champion with Alison Goring. And between 1987 and 2007, she was 5-time Ontario mixed champion.
Wow.
With husband Bob Turcotte 4 of those times, and Scott McPherson on the other one. And she was actually a Canadian junior champ as well with Alison.
That whole team is here other than Andrea Laws,
Oh, there you go.
the 1990 team. Andrea is in Hawaii,
Is she? Nice.
according to her Facebook page.
Okay.
Lots of beautiful pictures. Cold Curling Club, Hawaii.
Sun, rain, flooding, surfing. Goes on and on.
Hawaii sounds pretty awesome to me. Okay, a third chance for Team Brown to suck one around the center guard.
Ton of room. Nance. Yep. Line's real good, guys. Go, Nance. Go, Nance. Go, go, go. Yeah, 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 yeah.
This is a good looking shot. It needs to finish up a little bit.
I moved her back out a wee bit. Good.
Yeah, that was a nice shot.
It's only third game.
So they're going to make an attempt on this, but this is a spot that really has a lot of finish, and she's already on the center guard.
I actually heard them give me a time.
She wants to hit enough of it to remove it and not leave it hanging around.
If she could just stay on for a piece, it's not a bad outcome.
And we'll see if,
No,
if Kathy
really
will leave
nice.
this one in play.
Kathy was willing it to get out of there. So decision time here for Team Brown. Yeah.
It
Not-
bit her in the other end, so.
Yeah.
Right, you're perfect this way. Keep it up.
She's asking her to keep it up here, and she means the weight.
Now this spot we have seen run very straight.
Yep.
She'd ideally love to roll in a little bit.
Whoa.
But even leaving this little biter in the wings, it may force Joanne at the end of the end.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah.
She didn't want to roll out there.
No.
10.
So Carrie's curling accomplishments. This is her third season with Team RIZZO, and they made provincial champs for the last two. So I think she has high hopes of doing a three-peat here. And she herself skipped 2014 and made it to the Canadian Travelers Curling Championships.
No, that's
She
not
won
really
the
a
Travelers,
guard.
did she not? The Nationals?
Wanna
She
stick
doesn't say
around.
that they won. She said skipped 2014 Canadian Travelers Championship. Oh, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Championship team, yeah. So she did win the Travelers. So
Yes.
the Travelers is a unique event, you know,
Yeah.
set up by the curling folks to really highlight club curling teams, so that give them the experience of making it out of their club and representing their province. And it does go all the way to a national. So it's a really good, fairly new event on the curriculum.
Normal, it'll go real nice here.
She's a longtime member of the Ilderton Curling Club. She said her final year there, she finally won a provincial tankard, the double team event. She wants a shout out to her daughter, Samantha. She's playing Little Rocks this year.
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
So Kathy going to chase this one at the back of the rings. Kathy is a 2015 Ontario Senior Champion. She's been to 12 Scotty Provincials,
Wait with me.
won 2 trophies, 2 intermediates, junior provincials as well.
I thought it would go more than that.
I'm assuming that's what she meant. 2 trophy banners, intermediate provincials.
Yeah, trophy is an event.
Right.
Yes, that only goes to the provincial level. It's used to be for.
Try to keep
It used to be,
in
an
front of
event
the tee
that,
line.
again, for more
just,
of the club curling type of team,
like
where you
the
could
top
go and
8.
experience the, the Ontario Championships. But this year, for the first time, there was a direct entry from that trophy event to the
Don't mind
Scotties.
showing her half of
Yes, they did try. They're trying
Is it
to
gonna be the
generate
same as
some
to the
more
button?
interest at that, make it a
Sometimes
feeder
wings are
system.
quicker,
I think
right?
that was the intention.
Not quicker. What's your shots?
And
haven't gone
Chrissy
this way, so
Gadorn won that spot
Okay.
to go to the Scotties, Ontario.
So Joanne Rizzo's curling achievements, she was the 2016 and 17 provincial senior winner. They went on to nationals, lost the final last year,
Line's
and the
really
year before
good.
that they finished fourth. And
Lots
she's
of
her
room,
proudest
right up.
moment in curling, she
Wait,
says,
wait
is
for
curling
it.
with her mom.
Oh. So she's
She has
trying
3
to,
boys.
Yes,
So she's-
sorry. She's trying to duck one around here, but just not getting any finish on this one.
She also mentions that she has a
What did I give
famous
you?
uncle, Shorty Jenkins,
18?
famous
Yes.
ice maker, who's deceased now, but that's Joanne's uncle. She participated in the 1999 Chicago Marathon, and she finished second in a 60-kilometer bike ride.
Just gave it a bit too much.
She's into everything.
She also didn't put on there that she lost the Olympic trial final to Jennifer Jones in 2013.
Yeah. She had quite an illustrious career with Sherry Middaugh, playing third on that Middaugh team.
So Kathy can see this whole rock, so she's just going to try to hit and stick.
She throw that. Okay. Yeah.
It's looking pretty good.
Well done.
Good shot. Yeah, I'll go this way. It does seem to finish more though. Okay. Yeah. Like 9 up.
So a chance for Joanne to blank out the end.
Well, yours seemed to finish on this side, so that peel. It curled, didn't it? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Or whatever you've been throwing.
Joanne will want to roll out here, maintain the hammer. Going into the break.
Yep. Yes. Clean.
So that was an 8-second hit, right on the money. So the score remains the same, 2-1 for Team Rizzo over Team Brown. We'll see if they're going to do a little break.
Breaking. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going pedal.
All right, so that sounds like they're going to take a short break, so are we, and we'll be back with you when play resumes.
pad here and we guard it. Yeah, I didn't even realize it.
Oh.
Duh.
Welcome back. We're resuming play here in the fifth end. Lori Eddy and myself, Barb Williamson, joining you here from the Glendale Golf and Country Club.
So this is hilarious. They just had their fourth end mini break, and apparently Coach Bob did tell Team RIZZO that they forgot to replace the guard.
Oh, good.
So Joanne's just joking with Kathy, saying she didn't even realize it. Well, she doesn't have to own all of it. All four of them didn't realize it.
Right. But we realized it, Lori.
Well, I started thinking something was wrong. I was counting all the rocks, going, wait a minute. She made me second guess myself.
And I'm saying to myself, I'm pretty sure the leads can't peel. Oh, lots of fun.
Yeah.
But the funniest part of that is it's the second time it's happened.
Yes.
Not in this game, but we had one yesterday and now another one today.
Absolutely. Now, yesterday I can see that game was a little bit of a shambles with the injury and the time that it took to get him off the ice. I think everybody was a little bit rattled, so I can forgive that one a little bit just because of the situation. This one was just funny, so we'll be able to tease a lot in this after this game.
Now, just touching on that subject for a minute about that men's game yesterday, I did get a chance to talk to Don. He was the curler that was injured, broke his wrist in yesterday's game in the first end of their first game. And I asked him how his arm was, and he says it's very sore. And I asked him the expected duration for the cast, and it's 6 weeks, which means he cannot go to the Nationals for the Masters in Surrey, BC.
That's just terrible. Poor Don. Really nice hit and roll by Nancy on that. She's got that shot down pat because Joanne keeps drawing the play away.
There.
Nancy keeps making the hit and bringing the play into the center. So good for her.
Very nicely done.
Yeah, I'd be just devastated.
Well, maybe they could get a spare from Bruce Delaney's team, which is the team they beat to advance, do they?
Yeah, they're going to have to do something.
Where?
He still had a smile on his face.
He
so,
did.
yeah.
Amazing attitude about the whole thing, really.
Hard line.
Such an unexpected injury.
So she just feathers the top there. Weight was really nice. Kathy would love to get the flip under here.
Yep. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Close, yep. Yep. Ah.
Just lost the line a little bit.
Yeah, she managed to save the shooter, but both of those counters are now sitting behind the tee line.
So Joanne had a really good conversation with Carrie Lackey about Julie's throw, saying that she was a little bit tight on that one that ticked the front, but offered the correction, which was just to move her hips a little bit. And I like that, the feedback that she gave to Carrie to then tell Julie, because she's not just saying she was tight, she's giving her the solution to how to fix it, because she said she's consistent, and I really think that that's great team management.
And it's a really good piece of information to know, that a simple adjustment of your hips. So something you might not realize yourself, and the minute somebody points it out to you, it's like gold.
Yeah, she's probably just lined up down the center line a little bit. So yeah, really good conversation there.
Nance, if anyone. Long way to go.
She got caught out in that ridge a little bit. It's trying to curl enough to get to that one. A little bit light as well.
You got a big, do you think it came down or? Yeah. And just say, yeah.
9.5.
So she has a couple different options on this. But recognizing that center guard could ultimately hurt her, she's opting for the double.
Is this one of those times, Lori, where she might wiggle into the rings if she makes the right contact?
Good point.
Right up. Right up.
It's just curling towards center.
Stop.
She didn't love the throw out of her hand.
Shot.
She does get it off the center
Such a
line,
tight center guard there.
but Kathy will have some access at this. Gonna play the freeze down to it. Now, I didn't mention Janet's achievements in the last end, so she has been to 14 Scotties provincials. Her best finish was 3rd place, and she's been to 2 senior provincials. Also, her best finish is in 3rd place.
Hard for line,
So
guys.
she'd love to
Hard for line.
step up a little on that one.
Sure. When we talked yesterday about her being a curling pro, did you get a chance to follow up with her on that?
Yeah, so she said
bounce off.
that's exactly
Bounce
it. She does curling lessons and clinics. Yeah, so it's a private club, and yeah, they offer a lot to their members.
Nice.
Little short on that one, just didn't quite get to where she wanted. So Joanne's now going to use that center guard, wrap another one around it.
Back here. Take it back then. Well, okay.
So definitely not where Joanne would have liked that one to land. Gives Kathy a really good chance here to get out of this end with a good
right there's not
freeze.
bad.
Yeah, so mentioned that Janet works at the Toronto Cricket Skating and Curling Club. It's a beautiful facility, and they have fantastic skating and skaters. It's really fun to go watch them.
Twyla, gotta go. Here it goes. Here it goes.
So looking for a
Line's
few
great.
updates here.
Line's great. Far as it goes. Tap if you can. Tap if you can.
Yes, I will.
Tap if you can. Go.
That is a nice shot.
Nice shot, though.
Really nice shot by Janet. Okay, let's do some updates. So after 4 ends on sheet C, we have Team Wiley. They took a big 4-ender in the 3rd end. So now they are leading 4-3 over Team Curtis. And on sheet D, we have Team Harrison up 3-1 on Team Erdos.
Because if you don't make it, then
And it's a tie ball game over
she's got
on
that
sheet
for 2.
F. 2 apiece between Team Goring and Team Madonia. They are having a real close game over there.
can
Lots
play
of
it
great
now,
shots being
but-
made.
And we knew that would be a battle, since that's the other
That's what I'm
game where
wondering.
they're,
like
the
the
two
peel or the-
undefeated
or
teams
the
are up
run
against
in?
each other, similar to our game.
Well, our rock's going to stay there. That's the problem. It's not really peeling. Do you want to call a time? Okay.
So they're calling a timeout, and Coach Bob will make his way out there, and we'll have a listen in and see what kind of advice Bob has for these
So
gals.
right now, the only shot we have to get it off is there.
But we've got 3 shots left right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the problem. Yeah, but they might be staggered. That's the only thing. Then we're really screwed.
Well, if I aim for the hole.
Huh?
If you get it through the hole, it might actually squirt.
Yeah, I mean, this could go here, and I know that's good because it's going on there all day, but I don't know.
You can see on their screen that they've been chatting, but their coach is still making his way out to them.
No.
And their minute will only begin once he gets
I'll
there.
call it high enough.
Yes, he had to
It'll
take the
probably hit here, though.
scenic route to get there.
This is not going out. It's going to go over to the...
Might not even go anywhere. We're wondering about peel the red or run the yellow.
Well, the problem with peeling the red, who shot?
We are.
If we peel the center, they're going to hit it on the nose and be lying too.
Yeah.
And we'll be in big trouble.
Yeah, because
We can guard it. We can guard it.
It's sort of peel on the yellow.
they've got 2 runs though. With no
What about coming right on top of it?
Yeah, but then she just hits mine and she shot.
No, but if you tap the yellow back 2 feet, throws them right on it, they guard and then you got the run. You got to put a bundle.
Yeah.
You know, that's an option.
It's just the yellow one's there, and then if I corner freeze, then it's all...
Corner freeze, you're never going to lose. What you say?
So which one? Okay. I'm thinking about just right here.
So what we learned in that
I mean, there.
that
you have from
timeout
here
is
to here
that
to go,
Team
okay?
Rizzo is sitting shots.
You just threw it. Yeah.
So it looks like they're just going to play a draw here, Lori. Maybe try and position something a little bit around that top red one near the center line. Just want to keep the angles in their favor. Joanne was a little worried in their discussion that she was afraid that that red one could be promoted onto theirs. So if I put something in the way here.
Yeah, they need to tuck a piece for sure.
Okay, lots of room. The line's wide. Lots and lots of room. It's really got to curl. Yep, make it curl. Yep, finish it. Finish it. Hard. Yep. Yep. Okay, good.
It's
Nice
perfect
shot.
weight.
Yeah, she would have liked to have tucked a little piece, but definitely makes Kathy Brown's shot a lot more difficult.
They're looking at that one, right? They got that one. They angle that one.
Well, they still have a little quiet, like a draw tap, but that means they're absolutely surrounded by yellow rocks.
Yeah, she's definitely in a little bit of trouble here with only one in there. So she can't really play any high weight
That's her shot, right?
shots.
That's gonna be for an easy 2.
She doesn't really have a draw opportunity either.
And she doesn't have the hammer. So they're spending a lot of time talking about this.
Yeah, we don't want to mess around. I like that guard where you just mess. I'm just like we either just. Yeah, that's what I'm going. If we top. No, because then she has 1 shot, 2 shots.
See, right now, Team Rizzo has a couple options on both
Throw the
sides.
guard. Take our chances. Yeah, I think we just guard it. Right there, that gets to
So
button,
do you think they're content to just leave Rizzo sitting 1 at this point?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad option. If she could force, I think she'd be pretty happy with that. The problem is there is an angle raise on that yellow.
I think we just have to guard.
She can't guard
She's
both.
got the yellow slash, but she's
So I
like
just want to
she's
see if
gonna
I can
if
catch
we-
how
if we
much
take away
time they
that,
have
she's
left.
gonna do this first.
Their
and she's
clock's
got
just
the
been
2
running
shots
and
to do
running
it
all
in,
this
so
time that they've been
she's
talking.
gonna be off.
Well, they still had
Red's
more
gonna
than
be
Rizzo
lonely.
when they started this conversation, so I guess they're still okay with only
Like just
3
in
ends.
like just
This
halfway.
3.5 ends to
I
play.
want her to be able to use it. So what am I throwing, like a 320? 320?
Just heard another comment about how dead the striking bands are on these rocks. We've heard some comments about how when they hit them, they just don't do anything. They do not bounce off of each other.
They're well loved.
There you go.
I'm guarding my own too. Guard the center line. I think that's a more dangerous.
Gary's pretty matter of fact, huh?
Yeah. I don't think you're going to see Kathy Brown throwing anything big weight into that
That's
situation. So Joanne's thinking about guarding, but like I say,
I don't know.
I'm
Let me
not
just talk to them.
I'm not sure that Kathy's going to throw anything heavy to run anything back. Too risky. I think both
that
of them
angle
are.
in, I'm gonna screw myself.
There's just too many yellows
just
in there
don't know
for
which
Kathy
one
to
to
make
guard.
up.
Yeah. So
She has an angle in too.
Joanne doesn't think she
Yeah.
can make the angle. I don't know how
Which
much
one am I guarding?
separation there is between the red and the yellow.
We have to decide. Okay.
I actually think I like this call. I
Just
think
go
they
right
should
through the
guard
hole
the
there,
gentle tap
right?
that you see yellow onto red onto yellow.
It's a little less.
It would
To
just
get
be
shot
a little
rock.
back 4 kind, back 8 kind of tap shot,
Just in between
but
the
it's
reds.
the only one that can hurt them, in my opinion. The others are so difficult and risky. So this
Where
is
is
a
it?
guard, and she's going to
Where
put
is
it between those 2 reds on the left-hand side of the sheet.
Just curled enough at the end. So Kathy's looking at a couple of options, I'm assuming. She can tap the guard that she just played. I don't think she'd have
What
to
do you think?
move that red very
What do you
far to get shot rock.
Just a minute. So this will go here,
Yeah,
and
and then make that better. No, I'm just going. Can I use our red? Can I use our red to do that? To just tap it.
So they have
just to
taken,
tap
both
it.
teams have taken a huge amount of time on this end.
Where this goes.
Oh yeah, but I'm just doing like I'm tapping it an inch.
Yes, this end has taken a long time.
Okay, so you like guarding? Just to force to one.
I think so, Pat. Yeah, I'm just, I got this still.
Yeah. Oh, but what am I guarding? Let's guard that yellow.
Yeah, so
That's all
here we
she's
have
got, right?
just a view of the clocks.
Well, she's
And
got the hole, but now that's still
Team
that's
Rizzo
the
are
danger
down
one,
to
right?
just under 12
I'm guarding the
minutes,
yellow.
and
So the curl
now
on,
Team Brown are
that's
approaching
where I was
that
for
same.
corner guards.
They still have 3 ends to play. They're probably still okay, you know, at 4 ends a minute, 4 minutes an end.
They could both.
She hasn't
They
thrown
could
it yet,
both
but
save a
I've
lot
got
of time
yellow-
because I think
the
Kathy's
yellow
guarding
drive
a shot that
I'm
Joanne's not
guarding-
even
I'm
going to
guarding
play.
it.
So
Curl
basically, they could just fire them both
She's
into
got
the
that
boards
yellow.
and start
She's
again.
got that yellow drive in. I don't know if she didn't do it on the first one, but yeah.
And be ahead of the game after.
Yes.
For now, yeah. Yeah. I'm guarding over there. This is the ice I gave you for your corner guards. So same weight. What'd you get? Like you got a high 20s or? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So after all that time and all that discussion and all those shots, it's going to be 1 yellow.
Were you going to try it? No? You didn't like it?
I don't, with the striking bands the way they are, I didn't think I could move yours far enough.
Yeah, okay.
And I had to, it was careful, I had to just miss your
yeah, yeah.
red one.
Yeah.
If the other one wasn't there, then maybe.
I love that Kathy
If
asked
you
her if
had
she was
made a
going to
move
play
on them,
it.
then I would have done it. Yeah. Then it would have been easier to get
So
it.
with the force of 1, it puts Team Rizzo up 3-1,
Well, that chewed up a
playing
good
the
amount of
6th end. And Kathy Brown's team will
I
have
know.
last rock heading
I
into the
thought you were
6th
going to play
end.
your red into my yellow pile, the back 2 yellows.
They're still talking about it though.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Kathy was surprised she didn't try it.
It's too bad you can't ask the other skip, well, if I do this, what are you going to do?
You have to be a mind reader.
Like
Barb.
open, you know, just open communication.
Looks like it. Looks like you got to go.
So Julie would like to be right into the 4-foot on this.
15-5. Right up, right the 4. That's good, leave it there. That's fine.
Amazing. 15-5 is in the top 12.
Yeah, it's very quick.
Some seriously keen ice.
So Nancy will throw the corner guard. And her hobbies, of course, are curling. She also loves golfing and gardening. They are working hard on this one.
Oh, good sleep, guys. We need this for our 2.
So Julie McMullen has 3 hobbies. They are curling, curling, and curling.
Wow.
In that order. In fact, her husband, Scott Arnold, has just been promoted to head of development for the World Curling Federation.
Yes.
Line's great.
So she really means it when she says curling.
I think their life does revolve around a lot of curling.
Yeah, stay on it. Stay on it. Line's really good. Line's great. You're still by.
Scott
Line's
used
really
to,
good. Keep going.
I used,
Girl, finish it.
Scott was my coach at one point. He's a great guy.
Well done.
Really nice shot to draw around that one of the top 12. Kathy will ignore that situation and try to wrap one around the corner guard.
going to overcurl. Whoa, it's going to overcurl. Where are we? Okay, okay.
Okay. A little warm on that one. Slips to the back of the rings.
It's another example of that long guard not being very effective in protecting these stones. A lot of room past the guard for her to make the shot.
Yeah, definitely the tighter guards are
Clean it, clean.
much better for generating 2 points.
Yeah, I don't want to really stay there, do I? Okay.
Similar to the men's game, we see a lot of great camaraderie out here. They're joking with each other.
Kathy would have loved if she stayed in there.
No kidding.
So Twyla is an avid golfer as well. Golf and curling just go together.
They do. How many times have we said that in these for these curlers' hobbies?
Can we bump tee?
The two sports just keep you busy year round.
Exactly.
Whoa.
That's much better effort.
Yeah, really nice shot. Still might have peeked out, but Joanne's going to go after the top one this time. That was a great throw.
No, don't touch it. We're not on it yet. Okay, just watch it. Very nice.
Nice peel by Kristen. So Kathy could...
No, it's just a matter of time before we have to peel it anyway.
Yeah, Kathy could put the corner guard back on.
It's a good call. I like this.
Yeah, I do too.
We're still on the seconds rocks, and she is sitting second shot in the house. So
yeah. And by bringing the play into the rings this soon, it gives Team RIZZO a lot of chances to get out of the end with doubles, and they can throw the big weight. But she'll need a really nice guard on this.
they're calling out 4 or 5, so she may be a little firm on this.
May need help. Can you go? Can you go? Yep. Yep.
Her weight's perfect.
That's actually a better guard than what was there before.
Definitely. Nice shot.
Yeah, we're gonna be, if we go over 8, we're gonna be a little tight on time. We just need to get in the hats. What do you wanna throw another guard, or do you wanna, like if,
So Carrie Lackey just going for the straight peel here.
Yep. Good, nice shot.
Really nice throw.
Well done.
Lots of chatter about the tight time clocks, Barb.
Yes, absolutely. Carrie's hobbies are gardening and sitting by the pool. Sounds wonderful. Bring on the weather. Another guard here?
Yeah, I'd say they'll throw one more.
line's tight.
And
real tight. Keep it out
Janet
there.
is also a golfer.
Keep it out there.
She plays at the Brampton Golf and Country Club.
Yep. Okay, well,
I'm going to start asking all these golfers what their handicap is.
There you go. So when you put golf down as a hobby, you have to put in brackets what your handicap is.
Yes. Just because I'm curious like that.
Well, it will tell you how good a golfer they are.
Yes.
So now we're at the end of the thirds rocks here. They're going to make a play on these.
Got that, eh?
Yeah, with that guard staying out front, she has a couple options here.
Well, every game out here is a nail biter this afternoon.
Whoa! Yep! Yep! Hard! Hard!
They're working hard on this
guys,
one.
Go!
Might even
Zero.
get the...
Okay.
Oh, I thought she even had the
Okay,
roll.
sorry. Sorry.
Great double, though, to sit two. Really nice shot by Janet.
Very nice.
Kathy laughing that she overcooked it a little.
And made a double.
Actually overthrown it. I wasn't going for the double, I was just going for the roll. I was just trying to hold it over there. It's exposed, they have to go after one.
Yeah, just a nose. Ten. Just clean. It's floating. Off. Off.
So she really wants to hang around here.
Oh.
Yeah, that didn't move much. She had really nice weight on that, so I think that caught them by surprise.
So straight there. Even yours.
I think she just caught out on that ridge a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
So where are we? Like a 310, 15 you can drag it? And I was throwing 20s on those guards. Is that?
So Kathy trying to split the rings at 2 here. Great chance to set up her 2 points.
You know, I'm just watching. There's a measure on sheet D in one of our other games, and it must be extremely close. This is the third time they've gone around with they've adjusted the measuring device.
Wow.
I guess just to narrow that margin more and more to see who's closer.
Okay, well, they
an
finally
answer
made
now.
a call. We'll keep you updated.
My first draw. Look at me.
So great draw by Kathy, sits 2.
Yeah, sure. I'll throw the in.
Joanne's going to change the turn on this one.
Try and hit and roll in behind. Again, the double's too steep. Yeah, go for the big roll. Like 9.5.
He's really hoping to roll across the sheet here in behind that red one.
Yep.
It's a long roll.
And there's a lot of curl in this spot with this turn. It's looking like she's rolling, but she's going to roll out.
Wow. She had lots of weight on that as well. So that gives Kathy the same
Sorry,
draw
got that going.
to get her 2 points.
And we'll have a tie ball game.
Sorry, that wasn't a
So
very
while
good throw.
Kathy's throwing this draw, let's do a quick update on the other sheets. On sheet A, there's a tie game between Team Wiley and Team Curtis. They are tied at 4. And
So in hindsight,
after that measure,
when we were third, they were third.
Team
shot.
Harrison
Actually,
is
pulled
up
the bar.
5-2
Then they had to
over
keep
Team
protecting that
Erdos.
third shot.
And on sheet
I don't know if
F,
it would have mattered.
On Kristen's first, I
Team
feel like
Goring
they
is
were
up
like when you chose
3-2.
Yeah, I
I'm
know,
not sure
but
what happened in the 6th
I didn't
end
see it
yet.
either. It may have been
really
yellow.
would have sat too.
Yes.
We'll let you know. Team Goring was up 3-2, but they haven't posted the 6th end yet. So great draw there by Kathy Brown to tie this ball
Right.
game at 3 apiece after 6.
So, a blank or a deuce.
Team
See
Rizzo
what
will
they do.
take the hammer into the 7th end.
Well, I expect we'll see
Put it in, we'll hit it.
well, they're posting the score now. It was
If they
Madonia
go
that
short,
scored.
though, then we'll have to probably go
Oh,
around
she
it.
scored a 3-under.
Wow.
So with that, Team Madonia is up 5-3 over Team Goring. So big 3 in the last end. I did not see how that was generated. There's just so much action happening here. So Kathy will want to throw a tight guard here with Nancy's. Won't want to bring it into the rings because it could give Team Rizzo a chance to blank out the end, retain the hammer going home. So she will not be happy with that. In their little huddle they had before this end started, Joanne said either take 2 or blank. So I think she'll be pretty happy.
Did you notice the hand signals that the Team Rizzo have for weight?
I'm a big fan. I do the exact same thing. It's really loud out there, so I like that Kristen does that. She indicates if it's the weight that Joanne wanted or if it's up or down. I think it's a really good tool. Sometimes you just can't hear what people are saying, so a hand gesture does not hurt.
And what I like about it is that it's not on a takeout, you can't really afford to wait to time between the hog lines to find out if it's 9 or 10 or whatever you asked for. So you really, really like to give the skip an indication of what you think it is before they can actually get it on the clock.
Definitely.
It's always a good piece of information to give to the thrower after that. Yes, you threw a 9.2 and that's good feedback information, but in the moment it's great to have that confirmation from the sweepers.
Sorry, I'm laughing at the girls joking about wanting to remove the guard again. Where Joanne forgot and brought the other one off. Now she's wanting to take this one off as well. So I like this call. Kathy chose to ignore the one that was in the rings, recognizing that she doesn't want to give Joanne an easy pass at the blank. So she throws up the center guard.
So even though it looked like they were worried about time, it looks like both teams
Where
are
is
okay
it?
now. They have they're
Where
both
is
in the
it? Yep.
8, above 8 minutes, and
is
they're
it?
playing the second to the last end. So I think they'll both be okay.
Whoa, 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 just here, whoa. Really wouldn't want to leave a double, but okay, that's fine.
So nice draw in a round by Julie. Kathy's going to try to hit and roll.
Yep. Yep. Whoa. A little bit. Sorry, draw. No. Pretty straight here. Close.
Joanne asking Kristen to remove that
Yep.
guard. Doesn't want to be forced to win here.
Yeah! Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa!
Oh, that's a great shot.
Great shot.
Awesome.
The blank is back in play.
Yep, I'll get them all.
Kathy's going to try to replace the guard here.
Yep, yep. Yeah, to finish it. Yep, to finish it. Yep. Yep.
Nice guard by Twyla.
Same.
We're going to see a series of these shots for a couple more. Guard peel, guard peel.
Yeah. And then hopefully nose and then blank. If you're Joanne Rizzo.
Right off.
Does she get it?
Okay.
Ooh. Chance to put up another guard here.
Well, let's see what she decides to do here. Will she make a play on shot, rock, or just draw around?
Oh, she's going to draw.
Okay.
This is Twyla's spot, remember?
You know, you're at thirds rock, so I guess it's time to make a move.
You don't want to give Joanne a chance, though, to score the 2 points.
Yeah, maybe if you put up another guard, she might have gone around and said, okay, if you're not going in, I'm going to go in and I can get 2.
I didn't hate the hit and roll on this one.
Yeah, eliminating
go
it.
early.
It's a funny little spot out here, too, because there is a ridge. So it's difficult to get it buried.
Come on, guys. Keep it moving.
Yeah, this is a spot that
Keep
just
it
doesn't
moving.
finish.
Come on, come on. Keep it moving.
Yeah.
Do you want to try it again? Do you want to try it again? I can't hear you. Oh.
So it's not a gimme double situation. So I'm surprised that they wouldn't just maybe even try for the 2 points. No, they changed their mind.
So they're going to leave the guard. I'm a little surprised.
Well, she doesn't want to be forced, though. So right now she has an opportunity to maybe go for her 2 points. Kathy will be chasing after this.
Really hard, really hard, really hard. Right up, right up. All right.
Okay.
You know what, though? Those are overlapped, and if you're thinking of stealing.
Yeah, it's not a must steal situation,
No.
though, and that's a really difficult draw. So I like this. Get as much to the nose as you can, even if you can make the double, just cross it a hair is a pretty good chance.
Hard!
Oh.
Hard!
I don't think they loved the throw out of her hand. That's an unfortunate miss. So Joanne will probably split the rings here now and set 3. Just doesn't want to set up a triple.
We gotta move those. So back 8.
So she just wants to unlock them so that the double is not available anymore.
Okay.
Close, yep, yep. Yep. Hard for line. Go for line hard, please. Gotta go. Okay. That's fine.
Okay, so she rearranged them a little bit. Kathy could try to play the potential triple. There's also a hit and roll off the one on the side. She is in a bit of trouble right now.
Yeah, she needs to be really careful here. I'm thinking maybe
No,
the
these
hit
are
and
offset.
roll on the wide one to kind of
these
sit a
break
little
just to-
behind that offset situation of the yellows.
Yeah, I'll have to get a double. Hold them to 2. Yep. Firm.
Unless the triple's there.
Yeah.
Can she throw it hard enough?
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like it's close.
Yeah. I think firm. To get, because I gotta move that top one a long way.
Are they just going for the double on the middle set?
Firm. Gotta get a double. Yeah. Throw it well. Yep.
She's definitely got some speed on this one. It's close.
She does have to hit it high, so it looks pretty good.
Oh, nice
Great.
attempt.
Great.
Thanks. On TV, they would have all gone.
Referencing the striking bands yet again.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, just draw to the wing.
I feel like I need to say something about a blue hone insert,
Does the hair stick
but
here this
honestly,
way
I don't
still?
know enough about it.
Yeah. Just don't leave her a double. That's all.
We'll have to do some research between games on what makes a good striking band. What
Newer
makes a
rocks.
rock lively and
Newer rocks.
newer
You
rocks.
gotta go.
Because I guess they become flat in the middle,
Need
right?
help?
From repeated.
Take a look.
So they'd love to have this even, so there's no double for Kathy. Looks pretty close. Maybe a foot too heavy. Kathy could
good
try
eyes,
to take it
girls.
on.
Thank you.
Well, if not, she could roll over there for shot.
Yeah, she has a couple options for sure. She can throw it hard.
Is it there? Yeah. The double's there?
She throws a bullet.
Okay, so we need bullet weight according to the front end for
To play the
the
other
double.
turn, wouldn't she? Huh? She'd have to play the other.
Firm. Throwing firm, eh? Yeah.
Little snug out of her hand
Yeah, I think
on
it's just
that
going to be
throw.
nose hit.
Right now they're sweeping to save it.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Just got it started a little bit. So Joanne will have a free draw for 2.
Sorry, guys.
There. This is the straighter side, right? Yeah.
So this was their end plan when they started. They either going to blank or take 2, and so mission accomplished.
Absolutely.
Any different in speed going to the middle? I don't think I'm going to get to the middle with this ice. What did I give you last time? Pardon? That's what I gave you? Okay. Oh, I did. Okay. No, that's fine. Can't hurt it! Clean it!
That's actually one thing we haven't seen so far, Lori, are any picks.
You better knock on some wood quick. So nice draw for 2 there. That puts Team Rizzo up 5-3. After 7 ends, Team Brown will have the hammer in the 8th end.
Good job, guys. So we'll just go in and then in again. We go in, she'll throw a corner, we'll go in again. Okay? Sound good?
I wonder what the situation is like for time on sheet D, because they're just starting their 7th end and everybody else is pretty much completed 7. I'm having a lot of discussions, a lot of ends with a lot of rocks in play.
Full 4. Right to my broom. Keep going. Right to my broom. Come on. You got it. Right up. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All right. Steve, that's fine. Good. Nice shot.
So ideally, Joanne wanted that top 4, but that's a pretty good spot for Julie. Kathy will throw the corner guard here.
Notice how every time they've had an opportunity to play the corner guard with the intention of coming around it later, they've always played this turn. We haven't seen anything on the other side of the sheet for...
Yeah, you're right about that.
Just for weight, it'll get here. Just for weight.
Yeah, I think for this to be a really good guard, it needs to be somewhere around the logo.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Looks like more. No.
Well, this seems to have gotten into a path here.
Yeah, just a little bit warm on this
Okay.
one.
That's fine.
So they're going to go around their own corner here.
Yeah, are you surprised they didn't throw a second corner?
Well, I am, because to me they're playing for 2 if they do this.
Me too. Yeah.
Well, it looks like they have put up a second corner guard.
Yeah. A little surprised about that.
I
call.
am too.
She also set them up that you can potentially double them. She'll just be getting the top one. Or not quite.
And that kind of gets in the way for Kathy to make this draw.
Yeah, she can hit and flip under there.
That, or we got just a draw in. It's normal.
Again, she could still put another corner guard. Try hard for that 3-point. But she's got a couple guards to work with now.
Yep! 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 Hard! Hard, 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 hard!
Oh.
You hear the frustration in
Yeah,
Kathy's
it's a
voice.
really unfortunate miss. I mean, she pretty much takes off her own corner guard. tricky
We're good
little
now.
spot
Follow
here.
the roll. Shot.
So that corner guard is not covering much of the ring, so I'm just wondering if she'll throw another one. Yes.
They worked out really well.
So if we have a real nail biter of a game going on in our other battle of the undefeated teams here, Lori.
Yes, so Team Goring was forced to one. Cheryl McPherson made a really nice draw for her single. And Team Madonia is leading 5-4 with the hammer.
Okay, good.
There is some rocks in play out front. So we'll keep you posted on that. Now this should really curl in this spot. They're going off the line. She might get it the other way, but could jam on her own in the house.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Okay.
Good call, Lori.
Yeah.
No kidding.
I think they just, you know, we haven't seen that side of the sheet, and I don't think they just weren't clear on what that was going to do. But we've had the pleasure of seeing the sheet a lot and knew it really curls hard.
And I know if we would probably have recommended the other turn.
Absolutely.
Because it's a little straighter.
Time out.
The only problem with the other turn, too, is you could do the exact same thing
Right.
the other way.
Yeah, if you hit it too thin.
Yeah.
So they've called a timeout here.
Okay. Let's listen in.
Just whether we draw it out, like do we?
Pull, like split for two? Is that what you're...
Oh no, we just go. Yeah, just go to the other side for the two.
exactly even, you're going to have a
Yeah.
at some point.
So do you
want
just?
to round our dart?
Yeah. Do we do? Well, if you're even, but yeah, do we do a guard out in front of ours? They're going to continue to peel, or do we get in? Huh? Guard ours, or going behind?
Right? Guard for a couple and then we go in around the corner on yours? Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sure.
So, good timeout. Looks like she's throwing the guard on this situation.
Line's real tight line.
Also heard Coach Bob say
Nance,
if they
keep it
do
out there,
throw the
can you?
guard to
Nance.
try for the double.
Nance, go hard, Nance. Well, keep it out there. We're good for weight. We're good for weight. Keep it out there.
Just over curled a little bit. I think Janet was just a bit tight out of her hand.
So she can see most of this, she says, from the hack, so. We know it curls here, so.
No.
She has really nice weight on this, though.
There it goes.
Expect it to come
No.
up.
Yep, you can roll it here.
Yeah, great throw.
Good, nice shot. Very nice.
Okay, so Kathy really needs to get the roll under here. She's got to set up a 2-point somehow.
Whether to roll it.
Janet threw a bit more rotation on that one than what we've seen.
And more weight, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Looks pretty firm.
She's just going around anyway.
Yeah.
So why don't we put it in her way? Don't you think? The 10?
Okay, 10.
Still some opportunity here for Team Brown to at
So
least
the
get their
option
dues.
is to nose it or put it back in her way so she can't go around the guard. I know. So roll it over there a bit, yeah. Okay, 10. Clean it. Easy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa!
Running pretty straight for her here.
So I think you'll see Kathy ignore that. Go around that corner guard.
Sorry, guys.
I had you for the guard. Right? Yes, you were. That's right. There's good. Second and behind there. Okay. Yep. You'd prefer to do that?
Okay, so I'm going to try to do a little hog-to-hog time here and see if the ice is still the same speed as it was earlier. Front end doesn't think it needs any sweeping. Okay, that was a 14.46. Doesn't have the line. But does stay on for shot rock. She got by the guard by about 2 feet.
Yeah, yeah. She had
They are.
lots of room.
I don't really have very much on this side and it's so straight, so we just go here. Just watch if it over curls. I gotta keep it on this side a bit. So maybe an inch more.
So just a little update on sheet C. We have Team Wiley
I'll go
up
right to the back
5
of
to
it.
4 coming home. There was a blank end in 7.
14.4 on that.
And they're just finishing up the 7th end on sheet D. So it looks
Yeah.
like a 2 for
Just
Team
throw what I've been
Harrison to go
throwing.
up 7 to 3 coming home. And between Team Goring and Team Madonia, we're on skip rocks. Lots of rocks in play here. Madonia is up 1 with the
Where is
hammer.
it? Lots of room. Where?
Try to keep you posted.
Where is it? It'll curl. Right to the back.
It's a big shot here for Rizzo.
Whoa!
Yeah, it's looking really good. I'd like to be right on it, but that's a great shot.
It is, and that kind of timeout being called here by Team Brown. I don't
Am I
think they
getting
have
two?
much for the tie here.
No,
Yeah.
Is there room to just chip
Yeah,
it
I
and
got it.
roll?
I got to
a
hit it.
feather with back 12.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty difficult.
You'd almost have to come from the other side, from the in-turn side, or sorry, the out-turn
Yeah,
side,
it's got to be.
because she needs to chip it.
Yeah, I don't think she has a lot.
Let's listen and see what they say.
Got to be skinny, skinny. Do you see anything?
You're losing your rack.
I think so.
She's too close to it. I don't see anything.
The yellow
Yeah,
double
might
and
as well
try
try
to stick
it,
your
right?
shooter.
If you can get it without losing the shooter or the back one,
Well,
you have to sit two.
Well, no, it's last end.
I know, but
Like just, there's nothing else. Like
yeah.
just that I don't think there's anything else to try. Just try that. And even if even just throw like a control, like just a softer on this. I don't see anything else. So there. Yeah, I guess if I'm throwing, though they're pretty straight here.
Yeah.
So just while these guys are deciding where they want to hit
Yeah.
this rock, on sheet F, Team Goring is laying 2 points with Colleen's last rock to come. Colleen's just making her way down to the hack to throw it.
Yeah. What's that? Control?
I know, because you got to.
They're talking about a very difficult
But
angle
I-
raise here on our sheet.
So
Yeah.
okay, so I'm throwing board.
I don't know. Well, I don't.
I just got to throw board.
You can't roll off, but you got to get
Yeah.
it down.
Yes, that's what I liked.
Okay.
I don't see this
So
angle
board.
at all.
So I have to cross it? Yeah. Crap. Crossing it with board and trying to run it back and gently tap theirs and gently sit and gently get two.
Okay, Colleen Madonia's last rock coming down the sheet. They're not touching it.
Board.
Needs to curl, they say.
Oh my.
I think we're seeing a steal of one here.
Yes.
Steal of one to go extra end between Team Goring and Team Madonia.
Last rock on her sheet's coming down.
Yep. 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 Hard. Hard.
So that, unfortunately, she needs two, not just one. So that will run Kathy out of rocks. So final score will be 5-3 for Joanne Rizzo over Kathy Brown.
So that concludes our coverage of this afternoon's game. Please join us again at 4:30 for our online coverage of Draw 3 in the men's event. Our feature game will be between Team Cochrane from the Rideau Curling Club with a record of 2-0, taking on Team Hutchinson from the Paisley Curling Club, and their record is 1-1. So on behalf of Lori and myself and the entire TSL crew, thank you for joining us this afternoon.